Okay, so in the previous video we talked about factoring, and we actually had this equation before, but this time we're going to do it with a different method called completing the square. So we're going to go ahead and start at step 0. We want to get it in this format: ax squared plus bx equals c. So all I'm going to do is it's going to add 3 to both sides. So now it'll give me 10x squared minus 13x equals 3. Step 1 says divide both sides of the equation by a, which a here is 10. So I'm going to divide everything by 10. I'll end up with the fraction 13 over 10. X equals 3/10. Now the next step says to add b over 2a squared, or 1/2 b times a squared. So in this case, b is 13 over 2 times a is 10. So I have 13 over 20, or negative 13 over 20 squared. So if I square this, I end up with 169 over 400. So I'm going to add that to both sides of the equation. So adding that to both sides of the equation, we're going to end up with x squared minus 13 over 10x plus 169 over 400 equals 3/10 plus 169 over 400. Okay, this is a 0 there. Okay, so the reason we do that is to set up the next step, which is complete the square in the form of x plus b over 2 squared. So b over 2 squared, actually it would be b over 2a. Let's correct that. So put an a right here on the bottom. Okay, so b over 2a would be x squared minus, oh, take that back. Okay, x minus 13 over 2 times a, which is 10, quantity squared. Now, so what this is supposed to be is the same as this right here. So let's see, 13 over 20 times 13 over 20 is 169 over 400. So that's true. And then negative 13 over 20 plus negative 13 over 20 turns out to be negative 26 over 20, which reduces to negative 13 over 10. So it multiplies to the c term and adds up to the b term, so yes, it works. Now over here, we would want to get common denominators. So in order to do that, I'm going to want to multiply top and bottom by 40. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. 3 times 40 is 120. 10 times 40 is 400. Plus 169 over 400. Add that together. I'll end up with 289 over 400. This stays the same. Now we're going to want to cancel out this square. So in order to cancel out this square, we've got to take the square root of both sides. So that's what we're going to do next. Just step 4. And then the square root of 289, we can go maybe off to the side and see 289 has any factors, which it won't have any roots, so actually that's the best way to put it, square root of 289. Actually, take that back, 289 17, 17. So the square root of 289 is 17, so that's convenient. So this is going to be 17 over 20, because the square root of 400 is 20. And then the square root cancels out the square here. So my only thing left is I'm going to add 13 over 20 to both sides. And actually, one more thing. When you take the square root, it should be plus or minus over here. So this is plus or minus 17 over 20. So now the only thing I have left is add 13 over 20, and that's my solution set. So x equals 17 over 20 plus or minus 17 over 20. And then I got to add 13 over 20 to both sides. Okay, from this previous step. And that's going to give us two solutions, which will be the positive 17 over 20 plus 13 over 20, which is 30 over 20, which reduces to 3 halves. And then the negative 17 over 20 plus 13 over 20, which negative 17 plus 13 is negative 4 over 20, reduces, if you divide top and bottom by 4, you get 1/5. And that's the solution set. Okay, so that's how you do factoring by completing the square. Our final example here is, and maybe I can do a factoring by cleaning the square on this one real quick, but we'll see. Here is using the quadratic formula. So real quick, I'll just point out A is 1, B equals 9, C equals negative 36. I think it's helpful, especially when you're starting, to kind of list those and then go from there. So all you're doing is following this formula. So negative B, that's negative 9, plus or minus the square root of B squared, which is 9 squared, minus 4 times A times C. 4 times 1 times negative 36. Over 2 times A, which is 1. Okay, so now we have x equals, I'm going to go ahead and work inside the square root. So 9 squared is 81. And negative 4 times 1 times negative 36 turns out to be 144 over 2. So still working inside the square root, I'll get x equals 81 plus 144. That's 225. And good thing too, because we know the square root of 225 equals 15 over 2. And so technically that's the solution, but you might see it in a few different formats, such as you would split this fraction into 2 by doing negative 9 over 2 plus or minus 15 over 2, which will give two solutions. Negative 9 over 2 plus 15 over 2 is 6 over 2, so that's 3. So negative 9 plus 15, that's 6 over 2, so that'll give you 3. And then negative 9 over 2 minus 15 over 2, that would be negative 24 over 2, which actually turns out to be negative 12. And for good form,